So, before we begin this video, I have to say I was planning on doing this door here to the right. However, I then got a little bit distracted before making the video and made this, which is 2 ticks faster, from 11 ticks to 9 ticks, because this was only 1 tick faster than the door I showed in the last video, and this is now 2 ticks faster. And it may seem like not a lot, but I think my calculations might be off a bit, because this one here is astoundingly fast. I'll show you the extension and then I'm going to slow it down just so you can compare it a bit more. And now slowed down.
And now slowed down.
So there we have it. Like, it is
much
faster. And I have to thank the guys on the Redstoner server, which I kind of live on at the moment, for kind of giving me ideas along the way, / giving me moral support, / talking about current politics. This over here, before we begin the tutorial, is the design that I was talking about in the last video. Now, this one is the same speed as that one there. However, it's a bit kind of observer heavy, and also these blocks here stay. So it would be good for something for like a hotel room or like a modern office with a sliding glass door. However, for futuristic designs, which I am more subservient to, I think these two here win. But anyway, no one saw that. This one here is amazing. The guy who made it is called BurgerLover1. I don't think he has a YouTube channel. I will ask, but yeah, this guy, he's amazing. Alrighty, I might have recorded that last part in the dark, but tutorial time. So, I have built the first section already, because it's the simple part, and basically, as I do this, I am going to kind of talk through some of the little elements that are going on throughout. So, the first part is the retraction for the kind of the wall section of the design. And for this, we are going to need a pulse limiter, which is this circuit here, and we're going to need a redstone dot here, and we're going to need a tripwire hook here, because when this cuts out, we want this to not be powering this redstone torch here. Otherwise, this one down here will retract, but this one up here will not retract in the correct timing. So then they'll be off sync. And that is all you need to do for this circuit here. And now we're going to build a zero-tick generator. Yes, I have finally found a use for it. However, it's not a conventional use of a zero-tick generator. We're using it to make like 1 tick, but a really speedy 1 tick pulse. So that is the zero-tick generator built, and we've really got the signal out of it. It is incredibly easy to build a zero-tick generator. I will leave a link to Ilmango's kind of tutorial on how to make this one. I've just slightly adapted it to my users. So now it kind of squidges in to this little gap here, and the signal drops down out into this block here. And we're going to have a repeater here and a block here. Now, bear in mind, this block here, this redstone dust here, can't point into this torch here, because otherwise, when we turn this caboodle all on, this piston here will be firing at all the wrong time. And that won't be good, because then we'll have blocks flying off into the ether. By the way, I am only building one side because it is parallel on both sides, though I will build a little bit of the top section just to show you a few considerations in the design. So after you have built this little section, you're going to come around here. This is for the extension. We're now going to work on the retraction. So these two, if you power this, this glass block will end up here. You can test that if you so wish while you're building, but I have faith in myself that this will work. And then you're going to come down here. 2 more ticks again. It's basically 2 ticks between each piston firing and redstone dust pointing into this piston here. And you're going to come down here and you're going to come over here. Bear in mind that these 2 blocks here are actually part of the wall for the tunnel. So you are going to have to keep that consideration in mind if you want to put this in a pre-existing build. And wrap around the top and put a repeater there. And that's it. You are done. If we find ourselves a button, which I've conveniently pre-prepared, as you can see, it works and is ultra fast. So, design considerations. The first thing is that you cannot, I repeat, cannot replace the tripwires with redstone dust. Dun, dun, dun! Because then you make a clock. It has to be either tripwires, voila, or pressure plates, but they're not really recommended, or just because if a mob spawns or something, it could get in the way, or what's the other one? Do daylight sensors work? Don't think daylight sensors work. Ooh. Daylight sensors do work, but then you'd have to worry about daylight. Don't put daylight sensors in there. Or what's the last one? I forgot on the last one. Buttons. Yes, the things that power the circuit. However, if you press them, it will mean that it instantly powers this piston here. So only do that if you have no intention of powering it from that side. As if you want to power it from this side, I would recommend going down here onto the roof block and putting a repeater just like that. And then just run it off like so, and jobs are good one. However, if you want to build the roof out of, say, glass or redstone blocks, you can do. It possibly will affect. I don't know, let's give this a try. Will redstone blocks affect the thing? No, it won't. Okay, so you can build this, the roof out of redstone blocks. But I'll use glass because I'm a bit dubious about using redstone blocks. But anyway, if you can't use these blocks here for whatever reason, you can go up one higher block and do almost the same thing. Repeater, redstone dust, and keep carrying on. But you have to deal with this block here. Now, if for whatever reason you can't put a tripwire here, say that you've decided to serve a mandate against tripwires for crimes because of Mojang's crime against automation, you can put a comparator here which will prevent this doing it, or you can have a comparator going this way. It really doesn't matter, but then you could mess up the timings by having someone come along and put a dust here. So I just recommend putting the comparator like so. Bear in mind that this doesn't work with a repeater, because then this wire here is straight, and that will cut off the signal like before. So those are the considerations. The reason why I'm not saying just put a button on this side is because I am thinking of ways to make sure that it fits within the kind of the guideline size in order to make it as compact as possible. So you are feel free to put the redstone button on this side. Just remember, there always need to be tripwire hooks here. So yeah, that's all the Oops, you still need the pistons, but you can remove here all these blocks here, because I've only built one side. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It may seem kind of a bit faster than the last video. That's because I'm trying out different styles to see which one I like the best in terms of workflow. So yeah, let me know which style you prefer. Bear in mind that I have a bit of a cold at the moment, so if I am a bit more kind of pausey than normal, there is a reason for that, and it's not just because I've got no idea what I'm saying. That just comes naturally to me anyway. So I will leave a world download in the description for this if you want to have a play around, and if you have any further questions, feel free to ask me. So thank you very much for watching, and I'm now going to plummet into the void to see whether there's any fish to catch. Take care. Bye bye.